I will take you through how to start an oil painting. So all the way from materials to a finished black and white, as well as a colored pear. I've got a spray painted white pear here and a normal colored pear. To spray paint that white pear, I've used some Montana Universal Primer Spray. I'm using these small Jackson's gesso boards and I will be priming these with some warm grey acrylic paints. For this you will need a brush as well and of course some soap to wash up the brush. For brushes we've got a Raw Umber Studios pack in Rosemary & Co. So you can just buy that set, or if you'd like to buy the individual brushes, it's both ivory and long flat hog brushes. And of course, sometimes a budget option is also good. So I like these Dahlia and Rowney Simply Brights as well. For those of you who are just starting with oil paint, I quite like Dahlia and Rowney for a budget option. Alternatively, you could use Winsor & Newton, which is a really good beginner's brand. I'm using titanium white, raw umber, ivory black, and for the colored one, I'm just adding some cadmium lemon. Before I can start painting on this little board, I want to do a bit of a gray layer. It makes it easier to paint on, as well as giving a nice mid-tone. So we can just put a bit of the warm white down. I can just add this all over my canvas. And this should dry in about 10 minutes under a little heater, or air dry in about half an hour. And don't forget to, of course, rinse and soap this brush. I've got a cast box here, which I've got made from some plywood and black paint, but you can also just use a cardboard box with some acrylic paint on the inside. That works just as well. In there I've laid some grey paper to give a nice neutral ground. And I've got a little clip light. And of course we've got our pear. Now when setting up the pear, I'm trying to look for a nice shadow shape. I'm trying to have about 2/3 light, 1/3 shadow to give it a nice balance. And I can play around with the light to try and see what makes the most interesting composition. So in the end I decided on this composition over the others because I felt like it really showed off the form of the pear in the best way and also has an interesting play of light and shadow. If you want to get more advice on the painting process, from the first strokes and blocking in to the values, edges and finishing and so much more, you can check out our complete course on oil painting. Just click the link on the screen or in the info box below. The course is available to all Raw Umber Gold subscribers.